Very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Pantech eLearning. Today the webinar is about AI based technologies, how we are using. And welcome to Pantech eLearning. Pantech is providing so many projects and workshops, and we already completed lots of projects, workshops and webinars about the different new technologies. And from that we are discussing today about the AI technology, and this one is conducted by Vijaya IT of CSE department and IT department.
Hey, good afternoon to all. I'm Devakrishna Dilip, and today's workshop is on artificial intelligence, and it is organized by Department of CSE and IT of Vijaya Institute of Technology for Women. And I'm thanking convener Dr.G.Chenchamma, principal, and coordinators Dr.P.Subbaiah HoD-CSE and Mrs.Y.Vijaya HoD-IT. Okay, let's move on. So, AI, artificial intelligence. It contains two words, right? Artificial and intelligence. First, we have to know about what is this artificial. So, artificials mean that anything which we making, which substitute a naturally existing thing. Okay, let us consider when we are making a flower, which naturally existing, which that we are substituting the naturally existing thing with another, so that is known as artificial. Next one is intelligence. So we want to know about what is intelligence. Before knowing about this intelligence, we need to know about what is this problem solving. So problem solving includes two steps: to find solution and taking decisions. So let us explain with an example. Uh, Let us consider I am having a water bottle, and I'm getting out of water. I'm getting solutions like I can, in the office there is a filter, and I can buy a mineral water from the nearby shops. So I am having two solutions now. First, I will do that. I will compare these two solutions. Which one is easier? And after that, after comparing these two solutions, I will take a decision. So this is how a problem is solved in human brain. So this is an intelligence, like to solve a problem. So let's move on. What is intelligence? Intelligence means nothing that the ability of a human brain to solve some problems. There are a lot of problems I just told before, like a water bottle, that problem, that is a problem. And if we want to cross a road, there will be a lot of vehicles and all. When we are taking decision and when we are finding solutions, how we are getting solutions and how we are taking decision, that is what an intelligence is. Okay. Here we can see a mother and a child. A mother is training his son to walk and take the ball. From the childhood, we are also trained by our parents, right? Like we are also trained by our teachers and counselors, something like that. We are also trained from some others to to get this intelligence and all. So let's move on. So, what is this artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is nothing that it makes a machine to think like a human, to reason like to reply like a human, to find solution for a problem like a human. Okay, that is what artificial intelligence is. Okay, here we are having a definition. Artificial intelligence applies advanced analysis and logic-based techniques, including machine learning, to interrupt events, support and automate decisions, and take actions. Like for finding a solution for a complex problem, we want an advanced analysis on the data. If we are having a big data, we want an advanced analysis, like we want a big analysis on the data. After that analysis, we can find the problem, we can find the solution for that problem. For that, we want different type of logic based techniques like machine learning. Based upon this the algorithms in the machine learning, we can take decisions and we can take actions in the AI. So this is the basic definition of AI. Okay, let's move on. Here there is an example for human behavior with emotion using Python and AI. Okay, in this process, what is happening? I will tell. In the data set, all these emotions are stored. Okay, okay. When we are using a camera, when a person comes in front of a camera, the camera will fetch the uh, camera will fetch the person's face, and it will check the emotions, the current person's emotions with the emotions in the data set. Then in the data set we are having all these emotions, right? So we will check the emotion of the current person with the emotions in the data set that we are having. After that, if anything is matched with the current emotion, it will tell like if it is happy, sad, angry or laugh, something like that. This is how this work. So about AI, artificial intelligence consists of two branches, machine learning and deep learning. So what is this machine learning? So machine learning means that which allow the machine to learn from past data. For example, all are using that Flipkart application, right? In the Flipkart application, when we just enter into it and search a component, like when we are searching for a Bluetooth speaker, for example, when we are searching for Bluetooth speaker, and we will get some products and all. After that, we close that app. After some time, we enter again into the Flipkart app. We will get some recommendations like that this Bluetooth speaker is having 40% off, or like this branded new brand of Bluetooth speaker is in on the way, something like that. We will get some recommendations and all. So actually, this technique is based on machine learning. The system is actually learning from the past experiences, from the past searches we have done. It is taking the data and it will giving some recommendations. This is what machine learning is. Okay. Now deep learning. Deep learning is actually a subset of machine learning. Actually, it work on some neural network. It is used to solve some complex problems and all. Something like that. I will tell an example. In the driverless cars, used to detect and find the traffic signals, like if it is stop, if it is go or something like that. We to detect the symbols in traffic signals and to distinguish between a pedestrian and a lamp post. This type of complex tasks are done by this deep learning. Okay. Here I have shown some the journey of artificial intelligence from 1950s to 2017. You can see the journey. Okay, next I'm moving on. How the domains of A. Okay, here we are having machine learning, deep learning, expert system, NLP, natural language processing, and speech recognition, and planning, robotics, and vision. Okay. First, I told that the applications of my machine learning, like that I told before, that Flipkart application and deep learning is used in that driverless cars and all. And natural language processing. When coming to natural language processing, text generation. If you want to generate some text on any topic, we can use this. If you have a topic, if you give some topics to this AI, it will generate text depending upon the topic and all. And if you are having any questions and all, if you are having any doubts in any topics and all, you can just ask, and it will give some answers depending upon the question. It will fetch the data from its data set, and it will give the question answers. And after that, there is context extraction. That is means nothing, that it will gather all the information. If you are giving a topic, if you are not understanding that, it will gather all the informations. If you are searching for AI, if you are searching in Google like AI, it will gather all information surrounds it. Okay, that is context extraction. And the next one is classification. Classification is nothing that if you are giving a text, it will analyze a text of group of lines of data, text or something like that. It will first analyze the text and all, and after that, if there is any alignment problem in something, any problem will be there now. So it will first it will analyze the problems and all. After that, it will sort the problems. Okay, and machine translation. Machine translation means that uh, it will convert text from one language to another language. That is meant by this machine translation. And expert system means the AI can get more knowledge than one or more humans. Like if in the medical field we are having different type of domains, like cardiology, like ortho, something like that. Different domains are there, so there will be different various experts will be there in the medical field. But when we are giving an AI information and knowledge about different field, we only have to consult a single person. We can reduce the cost, we can save the time, something like that we can use in expert system. And speech recognition we are used in Google. We know that, we are so familiar to that, text to speech and speech to text, that all are used in speech recognition. And planning, like if you want to plan or if you want to schedule anything, if you want to plan any trips or vacations like that, if you have the ideas and all, if you are giving it to AI, it will schedule depending upon the needs and your wants, like that. And in the robotic field, automated robots are there to perform some specific task or task depending upon the problems that is facing in front of it. Automatic robots are there. For that purpose, we are using artificial intelligence in robotics. And vision in image recognition, separating image to find different type of images, and categorizing the images and something like that. For the vision field, we are using artificial intelligence. So these are all the domains which where we are using the AI. So let's move on. So the types of AI. Basically, the AI is divided into two, based on the capabilities and based on the functionalities. Okay, first I will explain what is narrow AI. Which is narrow AI is a weak AI, which is commonly used AI. It will only perform limited range of tasks. Only it, for example, we are taking the chatbots. It is only designed for a specific task, right? To to assist the service, to assist the customers in the services. Like if they are having any inquiries, they will help them with some they are only designed for some specific task. Okay, next one is super AI. Super AI means that the most advanced or most powerful or most intelligent type of AI. like uh, like in the movie of Rajinikanth, we are seeing that a robot is having emotions and having consciousness. All thing is there. That type of robots or that type of things are comes under super AI. It can perform tasks better than humans. It can perform any task better than humans. That is the main feature of super AI. And general AI. General AI means that strong or deep AI. It also can be used for this complex task. So the features is like it can learn, it is having the reasoning capabilities, and it is having the capability to think and learn from the experiences that it having. And the difference between the narrow AI and general AI, that general AI can perform more functions than narrow AI. The Based on the functionalities, I will tell on the coming up slides. Okay, so machine learning. So I told it before, what is machine learning? Machine learning means that it allows the machine to learn from the previous experiences, and it also have the feature like to predict output values depending upon the input. Like if you are if you are taking weather casting system, it can predict a weather casting AI. Using a weather casting system, it can predict the whether if it is rain, sunny or not, something like that. If it is predicting the output values, right? Depending upon, it is predicting depending upon the previous values that they have experienced. Okay, so moving on to the types of machine learning algorithm. Machine learning is classified into basically three: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforced learning. So what is supervised learning? In supervised learning, we are having the details about the input. We are known about what is the input and all. We are having the label of the input and all. In unsupervised learning, there is no label, so we don't have any information about the input and all. And in reinforced learning, it is like it is used to correct the errors, to if there is any problem or errors in a software, something like that. If you want to find that, reinforced learning is used. Okay, in supervised learning, it is classified into two: regression and classification. Classification means that it will predict depending upon present values, and regression means it will predict depending upon the depending upon the past values. If you have any past experience, I also told that the casting system will come under the regression and all. And the classification is mainly depending upon the present values. If you want to get the details of a present person, if you are having the details in the data set, if you are putting a camera and the person is facing in front of the camera, if you want to fetch the data of the person, the camera will fetch the image of the person, and it will check in the data set if the details of the person is in the data set or not. After checking it in the data set, it will fetch the data and show it in the display. This is like classification work. And clustering means grouping up of data, grouping up of different type of data depending upon the patterns and all. That is all about the types of machine learning. I will explain it again. Like machine learning is classified into supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforced learning. In supervised learning, we are having a knowledge about the input, or we are having some information, we are having the information about the input. In unsupervised learning, we are not having any information about the input and all. And in reinforced learning, that is actually used to find the errors, and if there is any problems in software, something like that, applications. If you want to find the errors or problems, we are using reinforced learning. Okay, so supervised learning, I told it before, we are having a label data. Label data means we are having an information about the input. We are in this in here we can see that. I'll just show. Here we can see that the labels which are stored in the data set, and in the input we are having a label data, we are having the information about data. After that, we will give to model training, and after that the test data is given to the given. After that test data is given, then after that the prediction process is done. It will separate it as square and triangle. For example, when you are taking in an office, the all data of the employees are stored in the data set, and there will be a camera in front of the company, consider like that. uh, each of the employee comes line by line. If any comes in front of the camera, it will take the image of the employee and check the details of the employee in the data set, and it will be shown in the system. Like that this process is going. We will having the data of the employees in the data set. We are fetching the data depending upon depending upon the checking condition. We are checking that if the person is in the data set. If the person is in the data set, we will fetch the details and show it in the screen. Unsupervised machine learning. In unsupervised machine learning, I told that there will be no knowledge about, no information about the input data. Here we having different. Here we having a cat, dog, two cats and two dogs. We don't know that the machine don't know that which is cat and which is dog, something like that. So for that we are fetching the features of the image, different type of features like. We are fetching the ears like nose and like eyes and all. We are fetching different type of features of the image, and after that we are giving it to an algorithm to differentiate the features. After differentiate the features, we are giving to the processor. It will process and it will categorize the image depending upon the features, and the features which are similar, which is given to same category, and something like that. We will fetch the features, and after that depending upon the algorithm and depending upon the features, it is categorized into different categories. This is how unsupervised machine learning is working. I told that reinforced learning. Let consider gaming like PUBG. When we are playing PUBG, if we are pressing any key, it is not working. Like that, if we are pressing some arrow key that is not working, we want to know where is the error and all. So for that complex task which we will use this type of learning, there will be different type of algorithm will be available in reinforced learning. Depending upon the problem that you are facing, we will select the different type of algorithm, and after that we will give it to the environment. It will after the process, it will solve the problem, and it will find out, first of all it will find the problem and it will correct the problem, and it will be working smoothly. This is how reinforcement learning is working. And the main applications are like playing games with AI, self-driving cars, and ad recommendation and personalized video recommendation. These all are the applications. And let's moving on. Are the software tool that we are using with the machine learning, like Anaconda Navigator, Python ideally. And we have to know about when we are working with this, how to know about the basics of Python, like variables, operators, and the data types which are in Python, like list, tuple, set, dictionary. We have to familiarize with these type of we have to familiarize with the basics of Python, like function, library packages, and all. I will explain it detailedly. So what is a programming language? So what is a language? Language means a medium which is used to communicate between two persons, right? So what is this programming language? Programming language means the medium used to communicate between a system and a user. Okay, there are different type of languages are available, like low level language, medium level language, and high level language is there. So machine language, low level language means that the language which is known to the machine. Okay. Medium level language means that the language used to communicate with the hardware parts and all, like assembly language, something like that. we used as medium language. And high level language, which is similar to the English and all, which is used by the user to communicate with the system. Okay, if the user want to give some instruction, or if the user want to perform some functions by the software or hardware, something, anything, if you want to give instruction to the machine, we will use this high level language. The humans will use high level language. So that is what a programming language is. So programming language is a medium used to communicate with the system and the user. In AI, we are using the languages like Python, Java, Lisp, Prolog, and R programming. Okay, these are the languages which is used to communicate with the AI and giving instructions. And to, if you want to perform any functions, we are using this type of languages and all. Now we are using Python. So machine learning with Python. So what is a Python? Python is a language, programming language, high-level programming language, which is an open source and which is very versatile language, which can be used for different type of function to create a website or develop some applications. Different type of applications are there for the programming language Python. Okay, let's move on. So I told that it is a high level language. It is about object oriented programming, and it is used to develop some applications and to develop websites and to give instructions to the machines and automating automation tasks, something like that. For all purpose we use this Python. Okay, actually it is a very simple language. The syntax and all are very simple, and it's a beginner. A beginner can easily understand this language Python very easily. So these are the main features of Python. Like it is beginners friendly. I told it before. Now it is very beginners friendly because the syntax are that much of simpler and easier to understand. And Python is super flexible and easy to learn, and it is highly versatile. It can be used for, that means that it can be used for different type of applications like creating website, creating applications, and different type of artificial intelligence. We are using Python. Different type of domain we are using this Python and all. And it is also, it comes with the features like free and open source. Okay, history of Python. And here we are having the history, the journey of the Python from 1980s to 2008. It was firstly introduced, the foundation was on 1918. After that the first version was introduced in 1992, and there is some improvements, new features added in 1994. And the second version comes with several improvements in than the previous version, that is in launched in like 2000. And after that 2000, in 2008 the Python 3 version is introduced. Ongoing they are introducing new versions. And next, move on. Why we are using this Python? This, I told it before, it comes with easy and simple and it's efficient, versatile, fast communicated, flexible documentation. Lot of features are there, and it is actually we can learn it easily because of its syntax and simpler programming type, and the and the level of programming is not that much harder. We can beginner can simply learn it from the scratch and all. So that and it can be used for different type of application. This is the main advantages of Python. It is the main advantage of Python. Okay, that's all about this is why this is the features that make the Python, why we are using that it in the machine learning or in the AI field. So this is a place where we're using Python. And these all are the features that make it versatile. Like we use it in artificial intelligence, we use it in robotics, quantum computing, web development, web scrap. web scraping, automation and testing, blockchain, ethical hacking. This make the Python versatile. Now we are going to discuss about the variables in the variables. What is variables? Variables are like a storage or a container which is used to store values. In programs we use it to store we use variable to store values. When we are declaring a variable, it will create some spaces on the memory. Okay, when we are creating a variable in a Python program, it will create some spaces in the memory. It will create the spaces depending upon the type of the variable. There are different type like int is there, long is there, float is there. Depending upon the data type, it will create the memory. Each of the data type there will be memory. For each of the data type there will be different type of memory allocations is there. So depending upon that, it will allocate the memory. Okay, so what are the data types that we are using in Python? Okay, first one is numeric, second one is dictionary, and boolean is there, set is there, sequence type is there. And in numeric we are having three types: integer, complex number, float. Integer means the whole numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 like that, the whole numbers we are using integer type. And in complex type, the numbers which are having real part and imaginary part. And the float means that that is containing in a decimal part, the fractional part, something like that, which are which are coming under float. And dictionary. So what is dictionary? Dictionary means which is a collection of data. We want to store different type of element. We use a dictionary. Actually, it is an ordered collection, and we can change the values in the collections and all. But it won't allow the duplicate values. That is the main feature of the dictionary. And coming to the next, boolean. Boolean means we all know that zeros or one, something like that, true or false, something like that comes under boolean. And set. So what is a set? Set is also a collection of data. Actually, it is an unordered collection. Unordered collection of unique elements. That in that way we have to tell unordered collection of unique data. And there is no need of order and all. We can save the elements in different order and all. It is actually an unordered collection. Okay, next one is we are coming to sequence type. There is three type: strings, list, tuple. So we all know that string is a collection of characters. Like when we are giving it in the double quotes or triple quotes or single quotes, it can be considered as a string. Okay. In Python, there is no character type. If you want to store one character, it will be considered as a string of length 1, something like that we consider. So next one is list. So what is list? List is a collection of elements which is ordered, which is an ordered collection, and it is a collection of elements. And in the list we can change the elements. We can include new elements, or we can change the elements in the list. Okay. After that, we are having tuple. Tuple means which is similar to the list, which is a collection of elements which is ordered and all. But the main difference between this list and tuple is which cannot be changed. We cannot change the values in the tuple. That is the main difference between the list and tuple. So we are having 5 data types like numeric, dictionary, boolean, set, sequence type. In that numeric we are having integer, complex, float. In sequence type we are having string, list, tuple. So these are the different type of data we are using in Python. This is about the description of explanation about what is numeric and all. This is actually I told just before in the previous slide. It can take any numeric value, and if we declare a variable and if we want to know the type of the variable, we can use this type function. Okay, if you are using a int type variable, if you want to know what type of variable is that, after some time we can use a type of function to know the type of the variable. Okay, and it is actually an immutable data types. The numeric data types are actually immutable data types. That's all about the numeric. And I told that in the numeric we are having three different type. The first one is like integer, second one is like float, third one is like complex. Integer numbers are like 10 to, here we are having example like 10 to 29 minus values and so on. And the next one is float one is having that decimal places and floating point numbers, 1.9, 9.902, something like that. This type of numbers are which we are used to store in float type variable. And in complex type variables are, we know that which contain both real part and imaginary part. This type of values are stored in complex data types by using complex data types. And the sequence type means it will be a collection of characters, and we are using, first we are having Python. In Python, I already told that if you want to store a character, it will, well, there will be not there is not character type, there is no character type data, so we are storing it as a length of string of length one, sorry. And if you want to access any, if you are having a string, if you want to access any index, if you want to access any particular character, we are using a function called splitting or slicing by using index numbers. Okay, if you want to obtain a substring from a string, we are using the function called as slicing, but it can be accessed using index numbers. So list, I already told that it is a collection of elements which is an ordered collection, and we can change the values, and different type of values which can be stored in a list. Like here we are storing string and integer values, different type of values we are storing here. Okay, that's all about list. And we have to know about a tuple. Tuple means it is also a collection and which is ordered, immutable, and also in here we can store different type of values like a string, integer, a float, that we can store in it. These are only the basics of the Python. We all know the different type of data types and data that we are storing like that. Dictionary, I told that it is an ordered collection which can be changeable, and actually it is stored in a pattern like key and value pairs. Sorry, key and value pairs. First we have to give the key, and after that the key is like name. Here we are having the example like name and Sarah. The value pair is like Zara, and we are having another key like age, and we are having the values like 7. Something in this order, in this manner we have to write in dictionary. Okay, that's all about dictionary. So we have to know about, before writing a program, we have to know about these libraries and all, because some basic functions are performed by using these libraries. Okay, there are different type of packages are available to for getting these libraries and all. So here we are having 5 type of library: numpy, pandas, matplotlib, and sklearn and sklearn and cbon. So coming to numpy, it stands for numerical Python. It is actually, when we all know about arrays. It is a collection of data, different type of collection of same type of data in a variable. Okay, so if you want to perform any mathematical or logical operations in arrays, we use numpy. Okay, numpy is if we want to use this numpy in a program, first we want to import it in the program. before that we have to install it. First we have to install the numpy package. After that we have to import in the program. Okay, here we are having an example. By using numpy we are performing actions on arrays. So actually this numpy is used to perform perform mathematical and logical operations on array. And the step is like, first we have to install the package. After that we have to import it in the program. Okay, next one is pandas library. The same step is done here. First we have to install the package. After that we have to import. It is actually used for data collection and reading data from the data collection. If you are having a data collection, we have to, for input we have to fetch the data from the data set, right? For that purpose we are using pandas. And it is also used in this pre-processing step, like removing data from data collection that we have. For that purpose we are also using this pandas library. And matplotlib, it is one of the popular packages used in visualization. Like if you want a graphical representation, if you want a type of graph type of representation like 2D or 3D, if you want a bar graph, something like that, for graphical representation of the data that we are having, for that purpose we are using matplotlib. Seaborn. Seaborn is also used for visualization, which is used for 3D representation. The step is like same. First we have to install. After that we have to import. Okay, this is used for visualization. Visualization is nothing that the mathematical or graphical representation of a data. Okay, for easier understanding. And sklearn, which is actually using the step that splitting up of data. We have to split the input and output when we are having a data set. For that purpose we are using sklearn. So I'm going to explain an application. Application is nothing that automatic loan approval. Okay, first we have to know about the steps that we are doing a program. Before a program, what are the steps we are doing in a program, that we have to know. First one is data collection. So what is mean by this data collection? Data collection means we are having different type of data in this I will sorry, I will tell some example like CSV file, XLX and XLX and a text dot file. We are having different type of data in different type of data are available, like that we have to tell. So if we want to create a data set or the data collection, we are having a website called Kaggle. In Kaggle we can create a data set, or we can fetch a different type of data from the Kaggle website. It is also known as repositories. Okay, repositories. Sorry, I'm having a throat pain. Sorry. So the first step is data collection. Data collection includes the collection of data from the website, and after that we have to read the data from the data collection. So for the data collection we use the site like Kaggle. From the Kaggle we can create the data, and we can create the data, or we can fetch the different type of data from this data collection. Okay, so there are different type of files are there. CSV file is there, XLXS file is there, Excel file is there, .text file is there. Different type of files are there. Okay, the next step. Oh, sorry, I forgot one thing. Here we are, for reading purpose, we are using the pandas package. Okay, that is a main thing that I forgot. So if you want, you can note it down. Okay, the next process is pre-process. So what is this pre-process? Pre-process means before processing we have to remove some unwanted data. So after doing that, the process is like process will be like smooth. So we have to remove some unwanted data. from the files, from the data that we have. We have different type of data. When we are considering, there is 100 rows and 10 columns. In that 100 rows, some data are not available. In the fourth row there is no data. Why we want to consider, why we want to take that space to process? So before that process, we have to remove that row that we are not using, that which is not containing any data. We have to remove that one. So for that, we are using this pre-process step. Before process, we are removing or filtering the unwanted data. Okay. This step is also known as reshaping the data that we have. Okay. The next step is visualization. I told it before that visualization means the graphical representation of data. If you are having 1,000 data in our hand, it is very hard to understand, and it is very hard to read and all. If we want to get an overview about the data, we are using this graphical representation, which is known as visualization. Okay, we are using two packages here, matplotlib and cpon. For 2D representation we use matplotlib, and for 3D representation we are using cpon. That's all about visualization. And the splitting. In the splitting step, we are splitting the input and output data. Okay, we have to split input and output data. There will be a several input, and there will be in our application. Now I am explaining, there will be several input like a loan ID, there will be names, there will be marriage status, and there will be credit score, something like. There will be several input of the users. So, and we are having the output, like if the loan status, if it is yes, if it is no, something like that, there will be an output. There will be several input and there will be one output. So we have to split this output and input. For that purpose, we are using this step. We are using sklearn package for this purpose. And after that, model selection and model training is actually, we are splitting the data. After the splitting data, we are splitting the splitted data is the database here. After the splitted data is sent to the data training, for giving model training with the different type of conditions and all. After that, evaluation purpose is for checking the accuracy. So these are the steps we are doing it in the programming section. So I will explain the program. Just a second. Using Google Colab for this, for running our program. First we have to enter into the Google Colab. After that, we have to upload our programming file. So I am stored it in the desktop file. I am selecting that. After that, open it. After that, we are having the program, right? We want a data set or data collection to run this program. So for that, we have to add the data. Now we are working on loan approval. So we have to know about this loan approval and all. What is this loan approval means? Automatic loan approval means depending upon the CIBIL score, depending upon the income, depending upon the status of the person, the loan will be approved. By checking these all conditions, if it is okay, the loan will be automatically approved. There will be showing status like yes or no. So that is we are doing here. Automatically we are approving the loan. Okay, depending upon the attributes, depending upon checking the attributes, depending upon checking the different attributes that we are given as our input. Okay, there will be input like in the banks they will check for credit score, and they will check for that uh, salary, person salary, if they are able to pay the loan, pay back the loan or not, something like that they will check. That is actually automatically checking here. That is the function we have to do here. So we want the data collection. So we want a data collection. So we want to upload a file. So we are uploading that CSV file. I told you that there is different type of files are there. Type of files are there. CSV, XLX, that kind of different type of files are there. So and now I am using CSV file. Selecting that, open. Just okay. Now the data set is there. Before doing the program, we have to, I told you that we have to import some packages or libraries into the program. After that, only after that we can use it in the program. I will just tell, I will explain it fastly, but the time, because the time is going like that. The first step is to, we are taking a variable df, and we are reading that data from the data set. Okay, we are having csv file, we are reading the datas, we are reading the datas and storing it in the df file. And df.head is a function which is used to show from the top of the data set. This, it will show some details. It is actually used for checking if all of the data is there or not, something like that. For that purpose we are using it. I already told you now. Told you that, and there is the second step, like pre-processing step, the filtering step. Here we are using type df. Type df is usually used to actually use it to find the type of the data. What type of data is df or not? So we are having the information here, and I also told that pre-processing step is also known as reshaping step. We are having 614 d dot shape df dot shape. It will gives the number of rows and number of columns. We are having 614 rows and 13 columns, and df dot describes will give the detail about the attributes that we are given, the like a count, a means, std, the values that we are given in the column and rows there. It will give some count, mean, standard, minimum value 25%, something like that. It will give uh, describe the things that we are given in the data collection. And after that we have to check that if there is any null values in the, I told you that if there is any unwanted inputs, we have to remove it. So we have to check for df.isNull of .sum. This is actually checking that if there is any null values there. If there is any null value, we have to drop it. Okay, we have to remove it. For that, we are using drop now function. After that, we are again checking that if there is any null value. Um, okay, now we can see that there is no null values, so we can proceed. So after that we are going to that visualization step. Here we are creating a bar graph between the amount and the number of app. This is actually, these functions are actually from the matplotlib package. So we are plotting the graph between amount and number of app. The same thing is between, we are giving between amount and number of co-op between in co-op application income. Same thing, we are creating the same thing diagram we are creating for different type of different tables. And after that, the second function, if you want to if you want to combine two plots, and if you want to give colors to the bar graph and all, we can we are having that features here. So we can color it like this, and if you want to combine two combine two graphs and all, we can do it here. And same thing is done here. Here we are adding two rows, two columns, and we are creating a graph here. And if we want to drop any if you want to drop any rows or column, we can drop it by using if you want to remove any columns or rows, we can do it by drop function. And label encoder is nothing that converting a text file to number. It is for easier understanding and easier execution of the program. uh, Tell an example, like here we can make a male as 1 and a female as 0. Like that, the text is converted to 101 11111. Here having the gender as male, male, we can consider as male as 1, so we can convert it as 111. This process will convert the text format into number format. And same thing is doing here. So several examples are this. And next one is classification means that splitting step. We want to know about who are able to get the loan or not, are able to get the loan or not. We have to separate them. So for that, we are giving this condition here. First, we have the condition that if they are able to get a loan, if the condition is yes, they will separately stored in x, and in y they will be separately stored in another variable, something like that. We are doing that. And step, we have to get the details about details about the x and the y. So uh, so x dot head will give the details from the top of the table, so that in that way we are getting here. And in y dot head will give the loan status from the top to down. And after that, we have to test and train the data. Test and train data means always the train data will be greater than the test data. Why it is like that? Because when we are preparing for an interview, we are having 5 lessons or 5 chapters we are having, like that. You consider, so we have to learn the 5 chapters. We have to learn the 5 chapters for preparing for that interview. But the interviewer will ask only 2 or 3 questions. So in that way, we have to train more, but we are only getting 2 or 3 tests. Something like that we have to do here. Here we are taking 336 rows for train and 144 rows for test. Okay, if 100 percentage is there, 70 percentage is taken for train, and 30 percentage is taken for test. Okay. Okay, and the next step is like model training. So for that we have to install the libraries. We have to import the library, and after that we have to give this train and test data. We have trained the data set and test the data set. After the training and testing, we have to give it to the data sorry, data training. So we will we are having the data base as this x train and y train. Like our trained data is given to that data train. After that, it will give an value. It will be that accuracy value. And after that we have that evaluation step. So in evaluation step, it will check with the different type of conditions and all, and it will create a bar depending upon the accuracy. So this is the last graph that we are having. And we can execute it by pressing. I'll show you that we can execute it by pressing shift enter, or otherwise we can press this play button. This is all about executing the program. We want to execute this by cell by cell. if you are executing this third cell without executing the second cell, it will won't be work. So this is all about the programming section. First, we are having 6 stages. First stage is like data collection. Second, in the first stage it includes the reading of data from the data collection. After that, we have to pre-process. After pre-process, we are having that visualization means that the graphical representation of the data that we are having. And after that, we have to split the data like input and output. And in that, we have to set test data and train data. Train data should be more than train data must be more than this test data. And after that, this splitting we are giving for model training. And after that model training, we are giving it to evaluation purpose is for what? That accuracy purpose, to know the accuracy. And all this is how the loan application, automated loan application with AI works. So that's all about today's section. Any doubt you can ask. If anyone having any doubt, you can ask here. If you have any queries, you can put in the chat box. Okay, and you can give the feedback also in the chat box. The feedback link is given in the chat box. You can send the feedback in the link. And if you are having any doubt, also can you can type it in the chat box. I will clear the doubts and all. And we can give the certificates by filling this link. If you want the e-certificate, you have to fill this form that is given in the chat box. So once again, I'm thanking convener Dr.G.Chenchamma principal and Dr.P.Subbaiah HoD-CSE and Mr.Y.Vijaya HoD-IT for giving this opportunity to take a workshop on artificial intelligence. So thanks from Pantech. I'm winding up the section.